bonitas, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Alejandra and I have a special guest here today. You haven't been on my channel like in a sit-down video in a long time. Well,
I don't get invited anymore.
So this is my husband Peter, and today, well, before we continue, if you're new here and you are not subscribed, go press that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000, so let's get to that before the end of this year. Now today we're going to be talking about how he met his lovely wife for the first time ever. So he usually always says like, no me acuerdo, it's been such a long time. A ver, you start off, a ver si te acuerdas.
You always want me to start off.
Pues sí.
So we met quite a few years ago. I don't know. Probably like 6 or 7 years, maybe. 6.
Yeah.
Probably like 5 or 6 years.
Por ahí. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so it was around that, like 6 years ago. We met at Pico Rivera Sports Arena. They were having an event from the people from Nayarit host the event like once a year. So I was there, and then she so happened to be there. So small world, like her family is from from Nayarit also. So that's why it was a coincidence that we were able to meet there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Pero no se le despegaban los ojos de mí the whole time we were. So it's la feria de Nayarit. You know, it's un baile, you're dancing and having fun. I was with my family because I was still young. I was like 17. This was like 10 years ago then. Because I'm 27. 5 years ago we were getting married. So it's like way before. Okay, so like 10 years ago. What the fuck? Really? I was like 17 or 18. No, I was 18. So it's like 9 years ago. Because I was in college. My first year, I think. But I don't know, maybe like 8 or 9 years old. 8 or 9 years? I don't know, but anyway, I was with my family. I would like always go out with them. He was with his friends or your cousins or what?
Yeah, it was a group of friends with cousins. Todos
Yeah. So yo bien like niña de familia y que no se me despegaba la vista. I was like, why is this guy keep staring? Because I was with a friend and one of my family friends was there too. And she was like, dude, that guy just stop staring at you. Like, a donde quiera que iba, he was there. Like, and I was
don't even remember that.
Oh, see, he don't want to remember that all of a sudden. And then, yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. So we were there all day long. And then towards the end, we went down to the round pin. And we were dancing. And then, like, I see him from the corner of my eye, like, kind of walking towards me. And I was like, oh my god. And my friend was like, ahí viene. And I was like, oh shit. ¿Y qué dijiste? ¿Ahorita cuándo?
Yeah, I had seen her up on the bleachers. And I was like, esta no baila. No, voy a subir hasta allá arriba.
I see.
And yeah, like some wild time passed. And then I saw them down there. And I was like, ¿estas cuándo?
Yeah.
So I got my wingman. And I know they were going to say no to him.
Yeah. I don't even remember that part. Who'd you go with? Jerry?
My friend Kevin.
Oh, I don't even know. Yeah. So we ended up dancing like one song.
Yeah, she was like all stiff, all nervous.
I did not know how to dance that well back then. Like my tias would all laugh because I was always very stiff. So, and then my mom was like, no bailes así, baila like así, bien like old school. So I estoy yo bailando así y de puntitas porque ese día andaba en sandals and he's really tall. So I was like de puntitas bailando. And then I was like nervous because like I don't really dance with random ass people. And then I was like, okay, yeah, una nomás. And then yeah, I was like, okay, pues yo ya me voy. And he's like, wait, ya tan pronto?
Yeah, I was like, what? Am I that ugly?
Pues salí. Just kidding, baby, I love you. So then he was like, he pulled out his phone luego, and I was like, nah, I didn't want to give him my number because he's a stranger. Like, me la pensé, but I was like, fuck, like, si no me va a seguir, like, preguntando. And my family was leaving already, so I was like, okay, fuck, here's my number. Yeah, like, I don't even know when you texted me. Like, the next day, I think. See?
I think I waited a few days.
No, I don't think so. I think he texted me luego. This is the thing. We dated for maybe like 6 months, just like texting, and we saw each other maybe like once a month during those 6 months. Porque acá mi amigo decía que estaba muy lejos, and he was in his party phase. And like I said, my mom was very strict, so I wouldn't go out a lot, menos with a stranger, and I was in college, like I was still in school. Y ya cuando, yeah, like we went out a couple times, but like that was it, huh? Like, oh, and then my friend saw him at Pico Rivera a couple months later while we were still talking, and she saw him dancing with someone else, and I was like, oh hell nah. Like, I know he's not my boyfriend or anything, so that's why I was like, are we dating or what the fuck? Because like, I'm just wasting my time here. So I called him out on it via text, because I'm not gonna like be like tampoco acá, because like I said, I wasn't his girlfriend, he was nothing of mine, but we were texting every single day, así. Y ya cuando vi que he was like losing interest, and I was like, okay, pues that's it, like I'm not gonna be wasting my time anymore, like toodles, like. And I thought like that was it, like I thought him and I were never gonna cross paths, because he was from the San Fernando Valley, I was from LA, like, yeah, like yo pensé que ahí ya nunca lo iba a volver a ver. And then months passed, we ran into each other at San Pedro, remember?
Oh, but that was before.
Oh,
We ran into each other first.
Okay, I missed the whole ass part. Okay, so when he texted me when we first met, I was like, ay, yo no la conozco y él vive re lejos, so I didn't respond to the text, or I think I did a little bit, and then yeah, I ghosted him. And then maybe like a couple weeks after I ghosted him, I went to San Pedro to celebrate my birthday, and I saw him there. So at Pico Rivera estaba bien botudo, gorrudo, like typical Mexican. And the day at San Pedro, he was wearing like a Dodger cap, casual, looking cute. And I was like, oh, like he looks cute. Okay, let me not ghost him again. So lo vi de lejos, and I was like, oh my God, Mom, ahí está el muchacho de Pico Rivera. And she was like, ve, salúdalo. And I was like, wait, hold up. She's like, sí. And my sister went with me, so I was like, armé de valor y fui. And I was like, oh, hi. And he was like, oh, what? Hi, what are you doing here? I don't know what to do. Yeah. And he was like, luego, oh, we should hang out. And I was like, okay, pues. And then we started talking. So that's when I really liked him after that day. Like, se me hizo guapo, and I knew he could do like both the Mexican vibe and also like the chill, casual vibes. So I was like, okay, like, thank you, so. So then that's when like the whole thing with, they saw him dancing with someone else at Pico Rivera, and I was like, oh, you're just wasting my time, so aquí la dejamos.
Well, yeah, a couple years passed by.
Yeah, like two years.
Yeah, and then little do I know, I had a DM.
No es cierto, no. Pero ¿quién me siguió primero?
She slid through my DM.
No, vio que estaba soltera y que ahí, and he was like, oh, let me follow her.
And I was like, oh, yeah, it was her.
Ajá.
Ahora ya está que quiere ahora.
Ay, sí, ¿cómo? ¿Qué chingados te crees? No es cierto. No, he followed me on Instagram. He was like, se ve solterita, no veo nadie aquí. And he followed me on Instagram. Okay, so where were we at? We had to stop and charge the car. He followed me on Instagram, and then he has horses, so he had posted a picture of his baby horse or whatever, and I just gave it like a heart eye emoji, and de ahí se agarró, and then we started DMing, and then
You started.
no, pues yo nomás te mandé el heart eyes y tú respondiste, y de ahí se agarró él. He's like, no, esta ya me dio alas, ya se sentía bien volado.
Oh, yeah, that was the sign. Dije, no, esta quiere algo, no es dinero.
¿Qué chingados te crees? And then, yeah, you asked me on a date. Luego. ¿Quién te crees?
Yeah, so if you guys saw the previous video, or
The last time we
or the last Vlogmas video, she mentions about the first date at Gordon. So yeah, we had I asked her out, and we went to go have dinner there at Gordon Beers.
Yeah, in Burbank. So I was like, okay, we can have dinner. You know, I get off at work. Like, I think I used to get off at 6:30 at that time, huh? Yeah, so I was like, I'll drive. We can meet there. Like, I was like, I don't know about this guy. Like, he's not gonna come pick me up from my house yet. So we'll meet there if you want. And I used to work in downtown LA, so no me quedaba lejos. So yeah, we had dinner there. Y apenas nos estábamos sentando when he was already planning the next date. And I was like, damn, ¿y este quién le garantiza?
No, I already had her in my pocket.
Oh, eso cree él. Hell no. Then, you know, I think we went on, the second date was the shooting range. We went to the shooting range, and then after that, at one point during that month, because this was November, and in December I think, we went to, one of the dates was the Americana, and that's where we were sitting down having coffee, and I was like, so, you know, I got my shit together, you know, I have a job, I have my career, like, oh, maybe our baby's back there. She's probably, we woke her up talking, pero ¿qué tiene, mi amor? So I was like, so, okay, are you gonna waste my time again? Because I don't have time to be wasted. ¿Y qué dijiste?
Yeah, I was like, no. Esta vez no.
Nomás, and I will never forget his face, because he was like, con like los ojotes, you were looking at me like, ¿y esta? ¿Qué, mi amor?
Ya me quería amarrar.
No, I was just like not, I didn't necessarily want to it didn't mean that I wanted to be his girlfriend or anything. I just wasn't looking for like a little pasatiempo. Like, I didn't have time for that shit. I wanted just to do me and like focus on my career at the time, y así. So I was like, so, ¿qué me vas a hacer perder el tiempo o qué?
Pues ya luego aventó el pial para besarme.
No, so we started dating like the first week of November, I want to say, or like the last week of October of 2017. And then by December 14, because it was 2 days before his birthday, of December 2017, he made me his girlfriend. And then 2 days after, for his birthday on the 16th, he had a family wedding, and he invited me, and I met his family, which he didn't even introduce me as his girlfriend. I was like, no, hombre, patitas a volar. Dije, no, y luego todo crudo, porque había ido a tomar con sus amigos the day before, and I was like, no, hombre, ya va mal. And then, yeah, se la pasé, whatever. ¿Qué, mami? And then, what? Yeah, we started dating. Oh, and when did I leave on my trip? In March. Yeah, I think I had a work trip for like over a month in the East Coast.
It was in June.
No, June we got married. In March, yeah, it was March, because I came back like mid-April. And you proposed in May. So yeah, I was gone for like a month and a half, and I was like, okay, aquí vamos a calar, si es de veras. So once I was on my trip, we started talking about like moving in together or así. And then, yeah, while I was on the trip, you went to ask my mom for my hand. And once I came back, like, we couldn't, we were inseparable, I feel like.
Yeah, once you got back, like, it was like we wanted to be together.
Like, we knew. I think like early on we knew, huh? Because I knew. I felt like really comfortable with him, y así. And I'm sure he did too, because luego me dio el anillo. So yeah, I came back from my trip like about mid-April, and in mid-May he proposed, and by the end of June 29th, we got married through the court. Rápido, like en lo que es de 6 meses nos casamos. Yeah.
Me robó.
Ay, sí, él a mí. I was 22, about to turn 23, and I was like, damn, me casé bien joven. Los mejores años de mi vida.
Yo tenía 20.
Ay, sí, tú. Yeah, no, he's 4 years older than me. He says 3, but it's
3.5.
no es cierto. It's like 3 and 10 months. Casi los 4. So yeah, so that's our little love story, and I feel like we can't live without each other to this day. Like, I feel weird if I'm out without him. I don't know. How do you feel?
Pues sí, ya me estás hablando.
Tú a mí. It's so funny because we literally FaceTime all day. Like, even though we're married and we live together, we sleep together, whatever, like, we still FaceTime each other como cuando éramos novios. Like, all the time. And we talk. Yes, I feel like that's what helps, I think, our relationship be good. Like, we're always in communication. We're always telling each other what's going on, or like el chisme o lo que sea. Like, así. So this is a sign for you that it doesn't matter how long you've been with the person, but you will feel like, it's so cliche when they say when you know, you know, but it really is when you know, you know, because I'm telling you, we talked for a couple months before, years ago, didn't work out. 2 years went by. I thought I was never gonna see him ever again, and look at me married with a baby and everything, you know. Like, it's so crazy. ¿Me extrañaste esos 2 años? ¿O ni te acordabas de mí? Él se la pasaba en las pinches Las Vegas all the time.
Pues sí, I was like, ¿esta qué? ¿Ya se casaría o qué?
Ay, no es cierto. Si estoy más joven que tú, si tú ni te has casado, ¿cómo me voy a casar yo?
But I was like,
the first thing I asked him, like, do you have kids? Because I don't want to be a baby daddy as a boyfriend.
I was like, no, I'm planning to have some with you.
¿Quién te crees? Y dicho y hecho, porque ahí está la Bendy. But yeah, so that's our little how we met, and here we are, almost, we're 4.5 years married right now. 4.5, like, it's crazy to believe. And it doesn't feel like it's been a long time, but at the same time, it feels like I've known you forever. Yeah, I don't know, pero sí. No sé, don't settle, you guys. Buscan el amor de su vida.
No quieres nada.
Dude, te digo, él. He was already planning our second day, and I was like, ¿quién te dijo? Oh, because he was late to our first date, so I was like, no.
I was getting a fresh cut, so
I was like, no. No quiere nada en serio, pues.
So I needed to look fresh for the date.
That is our little love story, and let's hope and pray that our love story lasts for a really, really long time, forever and ever and ever. But yes, busquen el amor de su vida, no se queden con cualquier naquillo. But anyway, this is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes. Please subscribe.
Yes, bye, bonitas.
Adios, amigos.